Hi, friend.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve. How are you?
I am great. And you?
Just wonderful. Busy, busy, busy.
Yep. Little elves, right?
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about all things Christmas.
Yes.
And we are
Everything.
pre-recording this because we're going to be busy on Christmas Eve. So we'll
Right.
talk about things leading up to Christmas as well. But we did want to do a Christmas one for you guys.
Right. And so when you are watching this, it'll be Christmas Eve. And we obviously want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a very healthy, happy, safe, wonderful, beautiful Christmas. But
Yeah.
we are doing it ahead of time.
Yeah. So, do you have any favorite childhood traditions that maybe you still stick to?
Yeah, some things, when you get your own family and not only, not just starting my own family, but then my kids starting their families.
Yeah.
So many things have changed but and we always did Christmas Eve at my dad's house as a child. And then we had Christmas with our mom. Uh And now we don't do that now because the kids are so busy. Um, and I probably spoke about it in other ones, but when we got together, we started a whole new thing, a Hawaiian Christmas, um, because we couldn't take on both of our traditions whenever we blended our families. So we do a Mele Kalikimaka and ahead of Christmas, and that's been really fun. That's been really fun.
Yeah. That
Um,
sounds fun.
but there are the certain things that the certain foods that you just have to have, right?
Yeah.
Um, and we do a little bit different with the Hawaiian Christmas, but there's still some of those things that just have to happen.
Yeah. So, do you make Hawaiian food for it?
Um, what we do is we have ham and we have squash, and which is that's very different. I never had squash for any holiday necessarily. But we have butternut squash and acorn squash. And other than that, we do pretty much the regular stuffing, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and have to have the cranberry sauce, the jellied cranberry sauce has to happen. Uh, and we have for pies, that's what's very different. Well, I always make a pineapple upside down cake.
Love that.
And yeah, and we sing happy birthday to Jesus. And
Absolutely.
right, the reason for the season. And what we do differently is pies. We do have pumpkin, but with other growing up, we would have pecan, we would have apple,
Mm-hmm.
um, a lot of that stuff. But here, like, we're gonna have key lime pie and banana cream pie.
Mm.
So that's where it's different as far as the Hawaiian stuff. Um, I did make myself a super cute. I didn't even take a picture of it. I should have. Made myself a super cute yard sign. It says Mele Kalikimaka with
Oh,
a palm
cute.
tree.
You'll have to
Yeah,
post it.
yeah, I will. I
Oh,
will.
for us.
Oh yeah, it's a good. It turned out super cute. I'm really
That's
happy with it.
so cute.
One of the like little flag things.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah. I didn't make near as much as I usually do, but I did make some things. So I'm okay with it.
I know you've been busy, busy, busy.
A good busy.
Yeah,
Great busy.
it is though. It really is it is. It definitely is. So, what about traditions? So, you made your own traditions. Do you have any traditions that you've kept from when you were young or no? You guys just
Not really. Not really. No, I mean, we do have Santa come. He
Mhm.
visits for Melakliki That's been a tradition
Aw.
since my kids were little. Um, uh, my uncle Bill did that for years. He went around to a lot of homes, and he would go on Christmas Eve and went all around. And one year he just said he just didn't feel he didn't feel good, and he didn't want to do it anymore. So he actually asked my son to start taking over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
And he did. So not to all the people that, because my uncle would go to homes, people we didn't know, their
Right.
friends and different people. So, but he did it, for other people, my family, and he does it here.
I love that.
Yeah, he does
Well,
a
I
really good
expect
job
to
too.
visit Santa if you're watching this. I want you to show up at my house too. You don't live far from me. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. No, well, whenever you have grandkids.
Yes.
And last year, Beck's whole family was sick, so they couldn't make it. So he did dress up on another day when they were feeling better and delivered all their stuff.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's a good Santa. He is. One thing that I've started doing, and it's weird because I haven't done it the last couple of years. Sometimes I forget. I don't know what the hell, I get really busy. Like I've already got in the garage everything for Santa bag.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has all that. He'll come over. But when he goes out in the garage to get changed, I have all the gifts out there and, in just like a sack and all the candy canes and all that. And then he'll put it in his Santa bag. And then my nephew is like his elf. He comes in with them and he, takes everything out of the bag and says who it is. So several years, what I did is because it's always the kids, right?
Yeah.
Even the teenage kids are not getting out of it. But I would usually sneak somebody in there that didn't expect it. That like nobody would know, right? Nobody would. Like one year, my mother-in-law, and before she passed, Fred's mother-in-law, she would come to all of our holidays, and so it's just funny because they pull open a gift and they're like, oh, so and so, and they're like, what the hell, I always love doing that.
I love that.
Some unknowing adult all of a sudden is going to have to go over to Santa's lap and get.
That's funny. I love that.
It's fun. I keep thinking I need to do that this year, but then I haven't. So we'll see if I do or not.
If you remember.
Right. I'll let you know.
Yeah, we started.
So what about you?
We started doing our own tradition with the kids. I probably like 10 years ago, we would go to Benihana on Christmas for dinner every year. Just my husband and the kids and I. And then when my father-in-law passed, then we included, my mother-in-law because she didn't have, anything to do on Christmas Day because we go to his brother's on Christmas Eve. So we did that every year for at least the last 10 years. But the last couple times we've been there, the food hasn't been that great. They have different owners and they changed the menu. So
Really?
my husband and I love this Mediterranean restaurant here. And he said, if they're open to cater on Christmas, I'd rather do that this year. And because my son's in-laws, it's her grandma and grandpa too. With that many people, we'd have to sit at 2 separate tables at Benihana. So this just worked out better. So we're kind of starting a new tradition now, but that was one of the only changes. When I was a kid, Christmas morning, we woke up, there would be one unwrapped present from Santa, and the rest of the gifts were wrapped. And I carried that on with my own kids the same way.
Yeah, I did too. Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's that tradition. And then my mom, when she was alive, she had so many grandkids. So she would buy each kid a savings bond, an ornament, and then an outfit, a toy. Well, when she passed away, I asked my mother-in-law if she would be willing to carry on the ornament tradition because then my mom's thing was by the time they're ready to move out, they'll have enough ornaments to start a tree, So
that's
my
neat.
mom, when she did it, she just bought like bulk ornaments for the kids. My mother-in-law buys ornaments for what they're into that year. So when my oldest played football, he got the football, so hers are really cool. My youngest loves Japanese food, ramens. She found last year him a ramen ornament, so it's really cool that they get like what they're into that year, what sport they played and that's how my mother-in-law's done it. It's really cool. She did it with her own kids too. So
oh, I like that.
yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. So those are pretty much the only traditional things.
Well, and like you said, it's changed with your son getting married and incorporating, and it's not blending because it's not like anybody got divorced or anything like that.
Right.
It's not
but
like
we
that.
are kind of blending families.
I was going to say, but it is blending, right?
And I think it's really cool that her family wanted to do that with us, that now
I think it's great.
It makes it so much easier for them because now they're not having to go to her parents and then leave by a certain time to get to our house and plan around it. We're just all doing it together. And with moving out here, my whole family lives in Michigan. So, and my husband's family, it's not very big here. They live in different states too. So it's so nice to bring it together. Yeah. Once they have kids, it'll be fun for all of us too,
Well, and once they have kids, you already have been doing that, right? And so it'll just be nobody has to miss anything. And
thank God.
Yeah, I think that's great. Right. No, no. I've met her mother, very nice people. Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's just a doll.
Oh, she is. And we're actually going on Saturday to this Christmas thing in Scottsdale. They invited me to go. Her mom, her grandma, some of her mom's friends. It's a girls' night at the Princess in Scottsdale. So I'm really excited about that. It's lights, there's ice skating, but they made it into a girls' night. And I just was so happy she invited me.
I love that too.
It meant a lot, so I'm super excited.
And that's a really nice place.
I don't know. I've never been there. I've never even seen it.
Yeah, at the Scottsdale Princesses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How neat though. That it doesn't even matter, but that's super special.
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome.
Making
I'm
memories to
excited.
me is the best thing that you can
Right.
give your kids, that our families gave us, because one day when we're gone, it's the memories that they remember. They're not going to remember, an Xbox that you bought them. They're not going to remember, they're going to remember the memories. And that is so important to me.
Well, it's really cool. So for a few years there, I made different people's scrapbooks for Christmas. Um, those were really big hit. Those were really awesome. I was really into scrapbooking at the time. And I make a lot of things always. I'm always doing something like that. But um, I typically do have a couple of things that I pull out that are kind of special, or I hope they are. They're intended to be. This year I'm doing some. I've showed you some of the crocheting I'm doing for special gifts, and I have some other ones. But my brother this year, I was just over at his house this weekend, and he did for all of, I don't know who all he did it for, but I know he did it for my kids' families. He did a certain coins. He's all into coins, right? He had a coin collection. So did my grandfather, and so I guess he got some of my grandfather's. So he went through and made for my daughter, for her husband, and her son. He did the years that they were born coins, but he put them in special. He put them in these special cases.
Yeah.
And he shined them all up, and they look really awesome, and really cool little box he put them in and stuff. The stuff like that is really awesome. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Right. Something that people take time and and not that buying a gift, that's even hard to do sometimes, try to come up with something good for somebody. But whenever you have, a special time, and whenever you're making something like that, even to me, just making it is like, it just is a good feeling.
Yeah.
I love those kinds of traditions.
Yeah, me too.
Just the kind, my sister, I know one year I got my brother a present and he started crying. And so the next year my sister was like, oh, I'm going to make him cry this year. And he didn't, but sorry about that. No. Oh God. But something new that Beck started in that has been so fun. I think we've done it the last 3 or 4 years. So she puts together it's a saran wrap ball.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. That's so funny. Go ahead and tell. We're doing it this year. That is so funny. Yes.
I had never heard of it before. But so she puts this together, and in between, she puts all kinds of different stuff. Some, little toys, candy, money. I think last year she had like scratcher tickets in there.
Yeah.
And you just keep wrapping it up till it's, and then you do a timer. So the kids all get in a big circle on the floor and they start unwrapping it, and whatever falls out, until the timer goes off, they get to keep that. And then we videotape it, and she does like that time lapse thing.
Oh, that's so cool. Right. Do you guys wear the oven mitts while you do it?
No.
So no. All the videos I've seen, they wear oven mitts while they're doing it because it makes it harder. But these are adults. Obviously, she's doing it for the kids, so it's a little different.
Oh, okay.
And with us, it's going to be all adults too. But yeah, and you put the oven mitts on, so it's harder to unwrap.
Oh yeah, that will be harder.
Yeah, and Mirandy actually has done it, and she was giving me some ideas of stuff to put in it. And she said, just make sure you're not the first one, because the first one that has to try and get that stuff off, it is the hardest.
I bet with oven mitts for sure.
Yes, yeah, which we are going to do the oven mitts just because it is adults, but yeah, and like little liquor bottles, scratch offs, candy, money, but yeah, that is so, I love that. Yeah, we were going to do that this year on Christmas. We thought it would
Oh,
be
the
fun.
kids loved it. The kids love it. They love it.
It's so fun. And
I
guess what
know.
else we're doing?
What?
So you guys say it different than me, don't judge me, but that left, right, center.
Oh, right.
I know it's said different. I always just say it that way. But that we played at your house on my
Yeah.
birthday. We're going to do that on Christmas at my son's. They had such a fun time doing that at your house. He was like,
Really?
we need to do that. Have everybody bring cash and we're going to do it. So that'll be fun.
Oh, you played it before.
I played it. I just say it wrong. I know it's like, isn't it center? I don't know. I know I always say it wrong though.
I feel like that's how I say it.
Okay.
Left, right, center, right? Yeah. Now I'm like, well, I don't know.
It's called, so it's actually left, center, right, because it's called LCR. That's why I always say it wrong, but
Oh,
it's not a big deal.
okay.
I don't want to bore you guys, but yeah, we're going to play that game because that was such a fun time. And my oldest son was actually saying the other day, he said it was so funny because we were at Jackie's. Everybody's just sitting there, talking quietly in corners. And he said, Jackie gets the game out. And I mean, people down the street could hear us yelling. He said, we were laughing, we were yelling. And so we thought that would be a really good game, a fun game to get us all together.
Right. No, it is, huh? I like it a lot. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's fun. We play that up at the cabin, and if enough people come. Well, when you were up there, we played.
Yeah, and we play with we've played it many times with like dimes or nickels. We never played it for dollars. Playing it for dollars, I didn't play at your house, but they all did. And oh my gosh, I mean, you would have thought they were playing for $25,000 the way they were screaming and yelling.
I know.
It was so fun. It just was so fun. And your niece ended up winning.
Yeah, it was a double. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a double, right?
Yes.
And have you ever played 31?
No.
That's with dollars too. We haven't played for so long, but yeah, you know what? If you put money in there, and there were times, oh my gosh, we would laugh so hard because because you'll tell people, make sure you bring some ones, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we would play for the longest time. We played 31 until we started playing left, right, center, and then so many times, if Mr. Snotty did not have any dollars, he would try to play with nuts or pistachios. And everyone's like, no, you're not allowed. You're not. And he's like, why? Everybody likes these. And everyone's like, no, if you don't have $1, you're not playing. And people would be telling him, we'll loan you $1, but we don't want your stupid nuts. That's not, he would just think he could go ahead and get by with that. So now it's like this joke. Like if we're going to play, they're like, don't bring any peanuts with you. We don't want that shit.
That is so great. Oh my gosh. I could totally picture him doing that. I love that.
Right. Like it's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing, right? Yeah, no, I'm so excited you guys had fun and you're going to play.
That is so funny.
That's neat. So you're having it catered, you said?
Yes, we're having it catered. So that'll be nice. I don't have to cook anything.
Right. And so what is
food? It's like kebabs and chicken shawarma, hummus, pita, fattoush salad. It's going to be good.
Okay.
We actually
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't? Oh my gosh. We love it. So we went to order it last weekend and we ended up ordering $111 worth of food to bring home. We hadn't had it in a while, and so he wanted stuffed grape leaves, and you just start adding and adding and adding, and but it was good. It was really good. So yeah, so we got everybody's order to figure out what they like, and her family loves Mediterranean food too, so that worked out perfect. So
Okay, nice.
yeah.
Nice. That's neat. What we used to do at my brother's after my dad passed away, we started doing Christmas Eve at my brother's, and we always did Mexican food on Christmas Eve.
Mm.
Now that we don't go anymore because we all have huge families of our own
Yeah.
and just too much. But I always made the green chili, and everybody had
Mhm.
their certain things that they did. And that was weird to a lot of people, but I've said that before. Growing up here, we had Mexican food almost all the time.
Yeah.
And I
I
love
love
Mexican
Mexican
food.
food. My husband does not. Very rarely. He likes it, but not like my kids and I could eat it every day.
Yeah, I could too, for sure.
Mm. I actually had some yesterday. I love it. But and so for Christmas, because you do your Christmas early, do you guys do anything for Christmas?
We go to the cabin.
That's right. That's right. Okay. That'll be
I have
nice.
a little tiny tree there.
Oh,
And
you.
yeah, one year, my son and his family came up for Christmas, but mostly, it's too hard for them, and they all are at their in-laws and different
Yeah.
places. So, we go up, and then we'll have, for Christmas dinner, we'll have surf and turf. We'll have steak and either
Mm.
crab or lobster or something.
Well, I might have to leave my family and just drive up there for dinner. That sounds so
Right?
yummy.
I know. We always figure, we at least want to have a nice meal, even though we're up here.
Yeah.
Some vegetable and whatnot. But yeah, that's and sometimes it's cold and snowy and all that.
That's the one thing. I don't miss the cold because it is hard on my body, but I do miss the snow at Christmas living in Michigan. I do. We used to say, okay, it can snow for Christmas and then it needs to go away, but it
Right.
is so pretty. I do miss that.
I know. We just were in Boston, and it was really cold. Like, it was really cold. But there was no snow. The day after we left, my sister-in-law sent me a picture of the backyard just covered in snow.
Yeah.
So we got out of there just in time.
Although if it's going to be cold, you might want a little bit of snow. At least it's pretty to look at.
It is very pretty. I have lived in, I lived in Cheyenne for
Right.
several years, and so I've seen a lot of that, and I do like it. I think it's very pretty. I mean, what sucks though is whenever it melts and you got a sloppy mess.
Yeah, or driving in the ice and, yeah, that part of it. I definitely don't miss I don't miss the cold at all. I really don't. But it is pretty to see I actually told my husband I'd love to go up north during the winter and just to see the snow, but he always says he doesn't want to see it. He doesn't miss it at all. So yeah, so any other
Actually, you know what? One year, yeah, my daughter came up and my grandson, they came up at Christmas, and they went to snowboarding on Christmas
Oh.
because it's not far from Flag, So yeah, that Flag gets a lot of snow, like
You know
worse
what?
than other states,
My daughter-in-law and my son just told me they are planning a trip to go snowboarding. I don't
Are
know
they?
where Up north. Yeah, because I guess she bought a snowboard a couple of years ago and then she's just not used it. So he said she spent a lot of money on it. So we're going to go this year. And I told him, well, I would love to go, but I would never go again because do you know my story of my snowboarding?
No.
So growing up, we used to go up north for a family winter trip every year, and we went up north for a family camping trip every year with my mom's whole side of her family. And so we did like cross country skiing, ice skating, all of that growing up. And so I hadn't been in years and years, but I talked a big talk to my husband, and they were all going snowboarding one year. And his brother was home he was stationed in Germany and he used to snowboard there a lot. So he came home and it was wintertime. And so we said, yeah, let's go. And I talked all my shit that I was the best of the best. And, so my sister had warned me that on a bunny hill, there's a rope that you have to hold on to and it pulls you up the hill. And she just said, be careful because if you don't grab onto it hard enough, it'll give you rope burn on your hand. So we were getting ready to go and I had no snow gear. So we stopped at the store on the way and I was like 100 pounds soaking wet. All they had was a large size pants and they weren't like snow pants. They were just thicker pants. So I bought them and I just rolled them at the waist. And so we get there and I said to my husband, let's go up the bunny hill first and then we'll go down the big hill. So he goes in front of me, I'm behind him, and his best friend's behind me. And my husband grabs onto the rope, goes right up, and I go to grab onto it. And I'm thinking in my head, grab onto it tight because while I was thinking about that and I lost my footing and I went down on one knee. And when I went down, my pants went down with it. And I had underwear on underneath.
Oh my
That
God.
is it. And I was in shock and the rope's just pulling me up. And then I hear his buddy say, let go of the rope because it's just dragging me up with my butt out.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I had to let go.
Oh,
I had to get up and pull my pants up and see all the parents and their kids staring at me. I quit. I never have gone again. Never.
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's so crazy. See, I've never done it. I'm trying to picture. I don't even know about the rope. Like the rope.
Yeah, so it's a
it
moving
moves?
rope. So when you go on the
Oh.
big hills, how you sit on the things and they take you up. Do you know what I'm talking
I mean,
about?
I
for
know that
skiing?
from movies. I know that from
Yeah,
I've never skied or anything.
The lift, it takes you up.
Right.
So on the bunny hill, it's a smaller hill. It's just a rope that's moving and you grab onto it and it pulls you up. You're holding onto it and it's pulling you up. Then you get to the top and you snowboard or ski down the hill. So I grabbed onto it and I was thinking about what my sister had told me, like, don't grab, be careful. It'll burn your hands. And so I'm thinking of that and totally lose my footing and my pants. And I will never live that down. We still talk about it to this day.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Oh, that's memories.
It is. It is. So I know this one's a little bit longer, but did we want to talk about changes in January?
Yes, we do have some changes coming up for the channel. We do. Yeah, I think we should.
It's exciting news.
Yep. You get to see a little bit more of us, maybe.
Yeah. So we're still going to keep our Wednesdays for our videos to drop. But Jackie and I have talked about it, and we'd love to do some lives. So you'll get to see even more of us.
Yes. Yes. And it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I do too. And we want to do January this year's been really busy, especially at the end of the year, and a lot going on with families. And but we really want to in January hit the ground running, do some bigger, better things, do some, you know, in real life videos and things like that as well.
Yeah, yeah. And there are some things coming up that we're gonna cover. Some local things happening. And so we're gonna want to be involved in some of that. And different ones, just different things.
Yeah.
But we've got some stuff that really important to us, and then we can kind of chat and see what you guys can let us know what you think about it. See if you like that, how well you like it.
Yeah, for sure. And again, as always, if you have a topic you want us to discuss, we would love to hear from you.
Yes, and tell us about your special traditions. Tell us about some of your favorite Christmas memories, and just all the things, right? Everything. What do you eat different food?
Yeah, we would love to hear your traditions, if you've carried them on with your kids, favorite gifts that you've received, anything. If
Right.
you've ever had a snowboarding incident and lost your pants, we want to hear it all.
Yeah, all of that. Right. Any way you've lost your pants, maybe. And if you play left, right, center or something else.
Yeah.
Because that is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really was. And it's funny because my kids loved it. I mean, they just loved it so much over there. And like I said, we've played before, but kind of more like Mr. Snotty plays with like peanuts, we played with dimes and nickels. They never played for dollars. And they got to see a whole new fun way of playing because they love. In fact, I told my son, well, make sure you remember to tell her parents and everybody to bring, singles. And he's like, I'm telling them to bring $10 bills.
Oh my gosh, that's
but yeah,
funny.
it was fun. It was definitely fun. It is more fun when you're playing for bigger money, obviously,
Right.
Pot's bigger.
Right. And it just, yeah, it's not like you said, it's not a lot, but it makes you feel like it. You get your adrenaline gets going. And I know that night when they were all playing, we were in the other room.
We were, and they were screaming and laughing, and it was fun listening to them.
It was. And I'm so glad though. I'm really happy to hear that.
So let us know.
Yeah, and we'll post some pictures. I'm definitely gonna take a picture of my new.
Yes.
I actually made a lot of those. So I will post some pictures of that stuff.
And you know what, too? I added to, the one tradition I do for my mom is the butterfly tree. And my mother-in-law, bless her soul, has bought me so many new butterflies. I swear every Sunday after church, she goes shopping and buys me a new beautiful butterfly. So my tree looks so good. So I'm going to post a picture of that too. We'll post some pictures.
Yeah, definitely do that. I would like to see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yes, and if you send us a picture, we'll even post it.
Absolutely. And our email is always in the title of in the subject line.
In the description.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
it'll be there.
Our email's there if it's easier to email. Otherwise, leave a comment. As always, we love hearing from you guys, and we're really good at getting back to you. So, yeah, I hope everybody has a blessed Christmas.
Yes.
And
yes, a very Merry Christmas and happy birthday, Jesus.
Absolutely. We do celebrate that too. My husband's birthday is the 20th, so we usually celebrate him and Jesus on Christmas. So,
Oh, I love
yeah.
that.
Have a wonderful
is
Christmas,
awesome.
everybody.
Bye. Be safe and happy. Merry.
Yes. Bye.
We'll see you next year, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.